I think bargaining is what most people do on a daily basis. And for me, having a good bargaining skill is an indicator of being good at, balancing expenses and calculating. Because, unlike other big retail outlets, shops at the market normally don't have a fixed price for items, and they usually would mark up the price significantly 2 or 3 times higher in order to make profits. So in order to make a score a good deal, people have to haggle a little bit. Is not hyperbole to say that I'm not able to bargain at all. Back in school, I always found it hard to wrap my head around math problems because, maybe natural science subjects are not my forte. And I was also afraid that it would be a deal breaker for our friendship. But on second thought, it would be unfair for her if I kept hiding the truth from her. So I finally decided to break the news to her. Contrary to what I expected, she wasn't mad at me at all. Instead, she told me how proud she felt of me because I could figure out what I want to do with my life and that I would always have her love and support. So the moral of the lesson here is that you should never hide the truth from your loved ones because they are the ones who will always willing to listen and understand you no matter what. But in fact, what is going on is that she has a change of heart, but she just doesn't want to break the boy's heart. In my mind, this can be attributed to a few reasons, but the most obvious one is that it would be less embarrassing to tell strangers the truth, especially your problems. We always want to create an image of that independent individual with strong mentality who can always manage things on our own.
Let's have a listen. There are many occupations I have always dreamed of trying. However, if I had to pick one, it would be to become an airline pilot for Vietnam Airlines, based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I first learned about this career choice when I was a small child, and on one occasion I was traveling to Spain, and the pilot did an announcement to invite any children into the cockpit. Adrenaline and excitement. The pilot allowed me to sit in a few minutes as an airline. The pilot, in order to control all of the passengers and, of course, the air, intelligent. And lastly, opportunity to meet is money for charity amount of people, and therefore they should use this time to. I'm a very passionate that would really enthrall me. I feel like this would be really exciting for me. Moreover, although I appreciate history, it still fascinates me to understand more about the economics of how global travel and logistics works. As a result of becoming an airline pilot, in the future, the three very charismatic, I love that word. Charismatic means to look at them and listen well. Now, if you're particularly good at that, whatever that skill is, ability for football. Secondly, there's a lot of math pressure, philanthropist. Now, I know what you're thinking. A pilot doesn't necessarily have to be a philanthropist. Of course, slightly more advanced characteristics pilots' truth is that I tried to that I could. Okay. Please comment below with your dream job in the future. Can you tell me about your hometown?
Well, I'm currently residing in Ho Chi Minh City, but I'm actually from the city. It's roads with the generic features of, let's see, golden, the sort of piece.
Tell me, who is your
friend is not of great size, but I guess whatever happens in life, I could always have to agree with the fact that.
What do you like to do in your
time? I usually just spend it. My feeling that I'm looking.
Patience.
That things got out of hand. I guess the most recent case was work assignments, and
good. Yeah,
I obviously like that. Yeah. I think politeness is it's really outside.
Lovely. Transport.
They're small enough. They're small enough to. I guess.
Thank you very much, Min. In part 2, Min, I will speak for 2 minutes. The question I would not like to do. Thank you very much.
But that's where my admit and just dangerous job. When you school often enough, people are only to leave. timeless questions. And I guess lastly is, so a myth though, I continue to
that part. Can you tell me career?
money with you would have to work periods of time.
But can you tell me
Reasons are enthusiasm for their jobs. It would be pretty out. They have
what
I guess business what they have to deal with it. That's it. Starting.
can you tell me
Oh, tough. Money and services, the education, the out.
please tell me
Between two stools in this one because there are like so many reasons people love to travel and it's tough to pick one new just new and be for example because you wanted to
thank you very much. Goodbye. Example of a student who CEO or manager. Fantastic question. Plethora of different very like a social basically draw so that whenever they walk into a room they lead from the moreover they must be personalities. To be warm-hearted gives all members one of the big I always like to give somebody that of test when it comes to determine half of companies fail within the staff, or is it a and therefore the staff are willing to go the other in some way out from the crowd and is maybe a lead your own business because I'm getting benefits that you many people in society which in any moment. In contrast, is very very willing to take risk, and this is something. It can come with focus. So experiences at your own destiny. With my motivating myself, I hope the idea is we're trying to, on the one hand, these are firstly, used a really nice when they walk into a room, stage. And this is a really nice phrase. What it means is that action, whenever it's quite and also meant care about people, they care about, and lastly, it's always the famous, a plethora of different companies, and therefore he was at the pioneer, and everybody wants to know what did more an angle, the success of a company when I say about hard. So it's not a case done in order. So I like to appreciate the question there, money or experience, so guaranteed to get paid. Now that's a really nice phrase, and what that means is that it's priceless. It's lucky. In contrast, that transitional word to develop our answer, and also talked about the advantages that you have to risk made many wonderful rewards in life. And I think that, and if you lastly, the beautiful phrase, it allows you to create your manage phrases, but not useful with any part 3 questions you are. Today I'm going to be starting a new speaking question. Of course, introduction to the driving or doing well. Utilizations, introduce it using those in small company. However, because you are believe it's not to pass into your remember get on keep it have a go at you should say know about many just one location shop acted by the bright lights to the coffee minimalist design really caught my reason why I feel and it immediately felt like a home from home. The reason why I feel confident that this business will continue to thrive and frankly I have to compliment that is something to smile and made to feel extra special. And frankly, I believe that is something you simply can't put a price on. Moreover, I have to compliment the personal touch that the coffee shop offers, especially now that I have become a repeat customer. The coffee shop and Mr. Tony have created my own drink called the Charles, which includes a range of my favorite ingredients. I must is a worthy. Smashing coffee is rather expensive. Furthermore, I often go there when it has an element of sentimental value for me, because I often go there when I'm feeling a little bit blue and missing my life back in England, and the plethora of cakes and pastries that they offer make me feel right back at home. That is why I feel confident that Smashing Coffee House has a very, very bright future. Describe, going out, look, example, and for the exam, and why heart, leave. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.